Drama City Productions presents.
What's up, party people? You are listening to Conversations with Paycheck and Red,
an inappropriate comedy podcast.
Have you ever taken a photo of your own butthole?
Do you enjoy the smell of hot dog water?
Do you have random conversations about dildos?
Well, this is the podcast for you.
Just two good old boys having no-holds-barred conversations.
All while laughing inappropriately.
Oh, hell. Paycheck and Red have gotten themselves into another inappropriate conversation. Let's listen and see how they get out of this one.
3, 2, 1.
So wait, I'm supposed to be doing an intro for who? Conversations with Paycheck and Red? I did a show with them? When the fuck was that? So wait, what did we talk about? Oh, get the fuck out of here. I said that shit? Oh man, I gotta re-listen to that shit. I gotta remember. Anyway, this is Branden Fisher, host of Sack 'em Up Sundays and the Dead 2 podcast, and you're listening to Conversations with Paycheck and Red. Buckle yourselves in. Shit's about to get crazy.
We're back. We got another episode going on. I don't know how, I don't know why, but y'all keep listening to us. And Red keeps forcing me to participate. So here we are. We're going to do this motherfucker one more time.
I'm not forcing you to do anything, man.
Dude, it was a fucking joke. Way to be a fucking Debbie Downer, dude. You ruined my whole vibe just now. I was vibing. I was into it.
Sorry, continue. My bad.
So today's episode, we're lazy sometimes. So we figured in between our conspiracy theories and all the dick pics and the prostitution and the STDs, we're going to take this time to just shoot the shit about whatever the fuck we want. And we have an a la carte of topics that we're going to cover today. But today we have a special guest. Red, introduce our special guest, would you?
Yeah, this is Branden Fisher from Sack 'em Up Sundays and the newly released Dead Tube podcast.
What's
up, Branden?
Not much, man. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me on. This is going to be a fucking shit show of a good time. I'm looking forward to it.
It normally is.
Yeah, we appreciate you being on. Give our listeners a little plug on what you got going on.
All right. Well, I mean, fuck. I'll just do a quick one on both of them. Like Red said, we got Sack 'em Up Sundays, all nonsense shit show comedy podcast. We talk about anything and fucking nothing. Pretty much just me and my buddy Dale getting stoned and fucking talking about hypothetical scenarios and fucked up questions that no one ever really wants to ask, but we're just gonna say fuck it and answer them anyway. And then we got as Red said, the newly released Dead 2 podcast, which is a horror radio play show that takes the scripts from old TV sitcoms and then revamps them as horror stories. So it's like scary versions of Seinfeld and Arrested Development and Frasier and shit. So.
Oh, yeah.
I dig it. I'm assuming you're on several of the platforms.
Yeah, you could find us everywhere, man. Fucking iTunes, Podbean, Castbox, Stitcher. Fucking you could turn around and find me probably somewhere around your ass or some shit. I mean, like we're over at DramaCityProductions.com. Dead Tube airs on Wednesday nights at 11 over at IPMNation.com. So I mean, just stay tuned for future shit.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. So we are just mowing over 2019 already. It's February, the end of February. So just one word, you can do several of them, but just throw one word and we'll go in rotation between the three of us that would describe it. Like for example, if you were gonna have some dumb, did you guys ever bury what do you call them things where you put a bunch of shit in it and a time capsule? So if you were to write one word on a piece of paper and stick it in that time capsule for people in the future to open up that box, and it only has to do with 2018. So just throw out some random one word deals about that would describe 2018. So, Brandon, since you're the guest,
yeah, I mean, I'll pick fucking. I'll start out with 3 of them. Let's say I'll do chaotic, bullshit, and fuck.
Yeah, fuck's a good one.
Yeah.
Red.
Let's see.
Listen, 2018. Think about some crazy ass shit that happened in 2018. Or something that would describe. It's something to describe the generation gaps, all the liberal bullshit, all the politics bullshit, that fucking Hollywood bullshit. See, all you do is watch porn. That's a problem.
Yikes. Paycheck and Red have gotten themselves into another inappropriate spot.
You can't bounce around. You know what I mean? So tell us something about porn. What was that chick's name that died? That was your favorite?
That's not one word though. Okay, I'll just do one word. August.
Oh, is that the actress or actor's name?
Yeah, but she committed suicide or something, didn't she?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a lesson to be learned. You can fuck a lot, and you can have a lot of money, and it's still not going to be enough.
She was bullied online or something, I think.
Are porn stars making a lot of money these days? Like, I didn't think that it was like a booming industry anymore with all the free shit going on Pornhub.
You know, you're right, because I'm an avid porn watcher, and for some dumb reason, I guess it's the age in me, I start thinking, about their economic and financial situation. I'm over here jerking off. I wonder what her portfolio looks like.
What's her net worth?
Yeah, but you're right. So how would a porn star get paid if they're not getting paid off of the sales? I imagine that's how they would get paid back in the day, right? When you had to pay for it?
Royalties.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I guess that's with the people subscribing to websites and shit. But I mean, you got so much fucking free content going on out there. And let me ask, like, what the fuck is going on with the insane insurgence of brother-sister porn that's fucking showing up on Pornhub? I can't open up the fucking homepage without it showing me at least 10 videos where it's like, my stepbrother walked into my room and saw me masturbating, and it's like, come on now. What the fuck? Okay, so that brings up a good point, because Red and I have talked about this in the past. So you mentioned Pornhub a few times. They're no sponsor, but the invite is out there if you would like to sponsor us. Yeah.
So when you watch porn, do you go to the search engine, or do you just scroll and whatever videos they have available?
I mean, I guess it's just like when I go through my Spotify, it's like whatever fucking mood I'm in, like I'll take a quick, I'll open up the homepage and take a quick scroll through and be like, oh, let's see what they have to offer me. And I'm like, all right, no, like I'll go to the first page. I'm not going to be that guy who's like, let's see what they have on page 2. That's when I'm like, all right, fuck this. I'll fucking type something in here and see what comes up. Yeah, I usually scroll, and then it leads me to believe that they don't know me at all. I'm a little more. I'm into a little more freakier shit than this. So I usually have to go to the search engine, and I have to admit I'm not into the brother sister porn thing. I don't have a sister, so that's never that's never intrigued me. However, I will go into the damn search engine and I'll type in like plumber, or babysitter, plumber, like role playing games. Yeah. See, but that tells my age, because I'm into I like a little story behind my porn. I like to know. I don't even know their names, for crying out loud. How can I jerk off? You're the guy watching a porn, and he's like, I wonder what their backstory is. Like, like the director did a really good job explaining this shit. Like I do believe he's got a fucking job to fix in there. Yeah, listen, all Brandon, did you grow up with a father figure? Oh yeah, I got one. Okay, so that's how I learned about porn, is going through my dad's porn collection, and there were movie titles, and they were like an hour, and like a regular movie. So you have like The Devil and Miss Jones, Taboo,
There was the cheerleaders. What was the Debbie Does Dallas?
Oh my god, that's fucking old school shit
Right?
right there.
Yeah, I'm showing my age. But see, but the difference is now when you go to watch porn, as soon as you hit play, it's anal. He's deep already. As soon as you hit the play button, he's deep. You know what I mean? So where's the fucking backstory? How did they get here? How did they meet?
You want to see the 20 minutes that led up to that fucking where they're like, oh, I'm just gonna go to my friend's house and see what's going on over there, and like have a narrator playing in the background of it and shit.
But it's a double-edged sword because I'm pretty sure not one of us can say that we've watched the entire scene.
Well, I mean, I've never put on like a fucking hour and a half long VHS tape of, Lord of the G-Strings and made it all the way fucking through. But there were times where I was like, I'm just gonna fucking put this thing on and see how long I can just keep it on in the background. Because I mean, like, you're right. After like fucking 2-3 minutes of pulling your putt and you're fucking done. Like, there's really no point in continuing to watch this shit. But I'll just have it on the background. Sure, why not? Fuck it. But you made an interesting point about like when you go on the homepage, it doesn't know what the fuck you want. Because like I can be talking like right now to you about something and my phone's listening to me, and I'll hit Google search bar and Google will automatically know what I'm trying to search for. But when I go on Pornhub, it doesn't know what the fuck I'm looking at.
Yeah, it sounds like the porn industry needs to get together with the FBI and the CIA and start tracking our likes and dislikes. You know what I mean? As soon as I pull up my porn, but see, I'm on this. It used to be X Hamster, but I'm pretty sure every computer I've ever had, I've gotten a virus from fucking X Hamster. So X Hamster, stop letting motherfuckers infiltrate my shit.
Well, X Hamster's where you get all your fucking bizarre out there shit that even Pornhub's like, okay, come on guys, this isn't for us.
I don't know, dude. I've seen a couple of horse cocks on X videos. That's my thing. X videos. Have y'all ever watched X videos?
Oh yeah, I mean like when people told me about shit, like when I heard about Mr. Hands, I was like, okay, I'll fucking see what that's all about. And I think that brought me to like an X video or X Hamster site or some shit.
So X Hamster is where Red help me remember this. So we were a guest. Red and I were both guests on a podcast, and we were talking about this topic or something similar to it. And the video, One Guy, One Jar, is that what it was called, Red?
One guy, one jar. I think that's what it was called. Yeah.
Red, have you seen this?
Yes, I have.
I've heard of, but I haven't seen this one.
So you know what it's about.
Yes. Doesn't he like shove like a glass jar up his ass or something and it breaks?
It breaks, yeah.
Yeah. So listen, at what point does somebody in the porn industry who is in charge of the content on the website come across this video and be like, oh, yeah, this is porn. let's put this, but you have to search for it. Like, it's not gonna be,
we're not putting this on the front page.
Yeah. So
it's shock and awe, man. It's shock and awe and clickbait.
Well, see, I don't like a lot of shock and awe in my porn. I mean, call me old-fashioned, you know what I mean? I prefer the old-fashioned.
I don't want jump scares when I'm grabbing onto my dick. Like, I don't want to be pulling my putt and all of a sudden just be
ah! Well, you know what does that to me? This ass gaping.
Oh.
Are you into that? Are you into that?
Oh no, fucking like where it's like you spread that shit open and you can just drop a penny and just. Boom, just fucking goes. That's just disgusting, man.
A penny,
You've
hell,
been listening to the Conversations with Paycheck and Red podcast. Check out Paycheck and Red on Facebook at Paycheck and Red.
So think about what that is.
At Paycheck and Red podcast and Twitter
is on display.
At Paycheck and Red.
So what is it called?
Paycheckandred.com.
It's not
where you can buy
protruding
merch.
anus. It's a what?
You can subscribe to the podcast.
Prolapsed.
And you can listen to the podcast.
I thought a prolapse anus was when it starts to come outward, like when it's like when
You've
you're
been
starting to
listening
shit
to
out
Conversations
your
with Paycheck and Red podcast.
So is that what that is? So
check out Paycheck and Red on Facebook.
Accidentally
Paycheck
come
and
across
Red.
some
Instagram.
What is it called?
Paycheck and Red podcast.
Yeah, dude.
Twitter
Hey, I'm not into that
at
shit.
Paycheck and Red. Don't forget paycheckandred.com.
Say it
You
with
can buy merch.
pro.
You can subscribe to the podcast.
Laps.
And you can listen to the podcast.
I can't, dude. The microphone is like right in front of your mouth. You know. There you go.
There he is, just peeking out.
You look like you trimmed that mustache for that microphone.
No, I did trim my beard and mustache though, but not just for the microphone.
Yeah, good for you. All right, so moving on. So we're gonna play a little dumb game, okay? And it's called Smell My Fingers. So I did something today.
You know we can't smell your fingers through the camera, right?
Right. That's what makes it dumb and fun. Okay, so I did something today which left a smell on these two fingers right here. Okay, so I need you to guess by smelling my fingers. What is this that's on my fingers right here? So wait a minute. I know. So I'm gonna give you clues, okay?
All right.
Okay, so again, my fingers, these two right here, and for those who are listening to us on a podcast platform, you can also find us on YouTube so you can see what I'm doing, but these two fingers stink right here. And there's a reason for it. And it happened today. So it could be disgusting, it could be something simple, you know what I mean? Just something that happened in my every day-to-day activities, whatever. So the first clue is refrigerator.
All right, so you want us to go in like one at a time here, or like how do you want to do this?
No, let's just do this. I'll continue to just throw out random words that are clues, and you can just randomly throw out, you know, if you think you know what it is.
Okay.
So again, my fingers stink. These two. No. Wait a minute. No, I'm sorry.
He has to smell them again to make sure.
It's these two. Normally it's these two, but tonight it's these two. Okay, so it's these two. It's my thumb and my pointer finger. These two fingers stink. Now, when I say the word stink, it just means a smell that I find to be a little, you know, strong or stink or whatever. So the first clue is refrigerator.
All right.
Second clue is cucumber.
I mean,
Italian pasta salad.
Okay.
I was gonna say you pick up a rotten vegetable or something.
Okay, you're on the right track.
The pasta salad wasn't close.
Jar.
Pickles.
Oh yeah,
Pickle
juice. Pickle juice.
Yeah. Damn it! You weren't supposed to get it. You weren't supposed to get it that quick. So yeah, these two fingers right here. So pickle juice smells good. I mean, I like pickles. I like pickle juice. But when it's on your fingers all day and it just doesn't go away by the end of the night, it's got this. No, it's not what you guys think. Yo, perfect.
For those of you who can't see what he's doing, he's pinching his fingers together to try to like show that there's like a little residue that's coming off of them.
He's checking the viscosity.
Yeah.
Speaking of porn, there's a it's called groping. Have you ever heard of this?
What?
Groping.
Oh, like groping, like copping a feel, like groping,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
oh yeah.
So apparently this is a big deal in Asia, like in Japan or something.
Oh yeah, like I mean, especially on the subway stations. Because of how compact everything is, everyone's just fucking grabbing asses and going up skirts.
Yeah. So when I first came across this, I thought it was a scene, and I'm sure that there are scenes and everything, but I'm pretty sure some of those are like real deal. Like voyeur type shit, man, because faces are blurred out. They're like super quick phone, like phone, you know, camera phones. So it's not like
you're talking about videos you found online.
Yeah. So I guess it's a cool thing. A lot of them did was they'll grope, and then they'll get some of the juices from the vaginal area. And they'll bring it up right next to their eye level, like, and they'll do that, like almost like saying, look, you're over here fighting me and everything, but this right here shows that you're into it. You know, look at that. You're into it. Fucking porn. But I will say this for everybody out there, listen, porn is not healthy, okay? Masturbation, you got to be a responsible masturbator, okay? You can't just be riding down the road all willy-nilly, you pull your cock out and just start masturbating, okay? Wait, Red, what's your policy? Wait till you get in the shower? Ain't that where you say you do all your business? Like a little 13-year-old kid hiding in the fucking shower.
That's just one of the places, man.
That's because you like that wet rub, don't you?
Sure.
That soap is a dirty girl.
her name is probably Dove too, ain't it? Like a stripper.
Oh shit.
Her name is Irish Spring. Okay.
That's what I use. The blue or the green?
Green.
Yeah, I'm on the blue thing right now. So when you do jerk off, is it a dry rub? That's your preference or what?
Me?
Yeah.
In the shower, that's pretty impressive.
No, not in the shower.
It depends on what kind of mood I'm in, man.
So if you don't want to dry, like you want to make love a little bit, you know what I mean? You want a wet rub. I mean, what you go to? I mean, you got oils and shits bought specifically for that, or you just get the old lady's jergens? You know? Ew, what? Ew.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, dude. I'm totally kidding.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Every dude spits on their cock. Everybody.
Not every time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, is it a wet rub or is it a dry tug?
It depends on what kind of mood I'm in. I've already answered this. I mean, how many more times do you want me to say it? Depends on what kind of mood I'm in.
Okay, so when you are or not in a fucking mood, what do you want, your period tonight, motherfucker? Listen to me.
No, but you've asked me the same fucking question 3 times already.
Yet you didn't answer the one about the, what's the preference? Do you have oils? Do you have your jergens?
I've got some massage oil that I use.
Yay!
I've got like regular lube that I use.
Wait a minute. Is it scented oils? Like what scent do you prefer your cock to smell like when you're stroking it?
They're unscented, man. Okay, unscented.
He wants that lavender dick.
Yeah, what is that, like great value fucking jerk off oils?
No, man. What?
Where does Red go in West Virginia to buy jerk oils?
You don't think that West Virginia has sex shops, man?
Okay, so what are you going there with your fanny pack on and your Crocs? You're like, hey, y'all. No, what do you say? What is it? I always forget what it is. What is it? When you walk in,
all right
now. Yeah. So you walk in, right? Let's play the scene out.
All right.
So I'm assuming it's a pool door, right? So you sling it open.
He slams that fucker open. He's like, I'm getting in here.
You walk in, you point at whoever's working there. All right now. So what? Do you ask to point you towards the lube and stuff, or do you just walk around looking for it for yourself?
Well, I mean, not every time, because once I go in the first time and I say, where's your lube at? And they'll point me whichever way.
Yeah.
And they don't change the store around, so the next time I go in, I know where it's at.
So is this water-based or what?
Yeah. Most lubes are water-based, are they not?
I don't know.
Real intimate all of a sudden.
Hey, listen, they've asked me when I bought it, they'd be like, are you looking for something water-based? And I always think, as opposed to what?
Yeah, I thought all lubes were water-based.
No, I think
it's silicone.
Yeah, I
it's
think
like
there's
water and silicone based.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it all breaks down with water, though, right? For washability.
Yeah, but I think it depends on the apparatus that you're going to be using. You know, it's like an oil weight. You know what I mean? You can't use, some old 75-50 in your fucking Prius. You know what
Well,
I mean?
you could.
Yeah, you could.
Hey, wait a minute. For the record, this is not a Prius, okay? This is not a Prius.
No, what would it be? What would it classify as?
I'd say like a mid-sized sedan.
Yeah. Hey, see that just shows that you're a softball / volleyball dad. That was a total softball dad statement. A sedan.
Then it was for comic value. What the fuck?
Yeah,
A 4-door. Okay.
Something
a
with
4-door
some
minivan.
trunk.
Okay.
It's a minivan.
Something with a roomy trunk. Maybe some heated seats.
Yeah. You gotta have places to put your shit.
Well, I mean, your cock has to have seat warmers too. That's a fucking given. I mean, if your cock's gonna be a car, it better have fucking seat warmers.
It's like tilt steering, cruise control, the whole 9 yards.
See, you don't get that until you get Red's age.
Cruise control, baby.
Cruise control. That's because your ass is old, and now to see it, you'll get the huffing and puffing in that motherfucker. All right, so prior to this episode, we talked to Branden, and he's got some topic ideas. You wanna start that off?
Yeah, well, I mean, I got some horrible stand-up clips I can play for you, or I got a very bizarre letter I could read to you, whichever one you want first.
Let's go with the letter first.
All right. Now I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but sometime in the past week or two, there's been hundreds of copies of this one letter that's been printed out and mailed to various houses all over the Philadelphia area. And it's got this sort of bizarre cult-like feel to it. Basically, it's a lot of gibberish. Like, it's very hard to make out what's being said in this letter because there's not that many coherent sentences. But what it boils down to is our bodies need to be recycled, and the best way to do that is to get a massive furnace and throw our bodies in there along with molten metal and create sort of statues of ourselves. I'm going to try to read this whole thing to you.
Wait. Is it handwritten?
Oh no, it's been typed out.
Okay.
Yeah, they printed like a bunch of these fucking copies and sent them out.
So the original was electronic.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's all done on a computer. I can send it to you guys after the show so you have something to reference.
Yeah, please do.
Now it starts out with the word ABBA. I don't think it has anything to do with the band. But if it is the band, this is a fucking crazy ass way for them to come back.
Wait a minute, ABBA is another name for Christ, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So I didn't know that. So it might have a more biblical sense to it here. But let's see. It says
Father, right?
Yes.
All right. So it says
Father in
Aramaic.
No. This starts with an M. What did you just say, Red?
Aramaic.
Oh, Aramaic. That sounds about right. I'm not a
language of
man.
Christ. The language of Christ is Aramaic. Anyway, continue, Branden. Sorry.
All right. So it says here, this is to inform you that all the food eaten since first grade is alive in your body, especially the dead animal remains or meat, since it was cooked alive and is alive in you. Anywhere it goes now, you must go with it. That's 365 days a year from first grade until now. Also, newborn babies received your first grade body or the meal just like the 365 days a year. Fucking confusing as all get out. But wait, there's more. The only way I see for you to save yourself from every which way is being burned alive. That's scheduled to become a solid steel statue by place yourself under anesthesia. Again, like there's no grammar check in this fucking thing at all. So I'm reading it to you as is. All right, so place yourself under anesthesia and mixing your body with molten metal and then re-solidifying the metal or sealing yourself in cement. When it becomes real to you, you can type it up and have a lot of copies made and then pass them out and then post them up. Like what the and so that they set this, so they have this abandoned lot that's somewhere in Philadelphia, and they said on April 27th they're gonna have a gathering of all these people that are supposed to come together and build this massive furnace for people to just burn themselves, and then somehow while you're burning put molten metal on you to become a statue. And then I have no fucking idea like what it's for, but people are buying into it, like so much so that it's now it's got like Facebook pages. People are like I feel like people are gonna start to turn it into like some sort of furnace festival. And it seems like a badass idea, but what a bizarre fucking. I mean, I've gotten some cool shit in my day, but that's fucking weird.
So where did you find? Wait a minute. Wait. Where did you find this?
Excuse me, motherfucker. You heard me first.
No, I didn't.
Let's paper scissors rock that shit right now.
Oh shit. There's a whole lot of silence going. It's funny because like the people listening to the show are gonna be like, they just talked about masturbation for a half hour, and then all they could hear is.
Yeah. For the record, that was Red finger banging his asshole.
That's another round of smell my finger.
Yeah, for the record. No, where did you find this at, dude?
Well, I first heard about it on an episode of the last podcast on the left. They had brought it up very briefly, and I decided to look into it a little bit. And it's actually being posted up everywhere. The website that I found the actual letter on was NBC's official website.
Really?
Yeah, so it's a real thing. Like someone decided to write a bunch of incoherent letters and send them out for God knows what. And I kind of wish I was in the Philadelphia area on the 27th to do a fucking live stream of this so-called furnace fucking burning. I've got like, what's gonna happen? Like, how many people do you think are actually gonna show up to this thing expecting to fucking kill themselves?
Well, I mean, Burning Man's a big deal, so.
Yeah, but that's. I mean, they're burning a man of wood. You know, like,
right? I was just. Point of reference, Burning Man. This is a furnace burning thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not that far from Philly. I'm only like 5 hours from Philly.
That's really not bad.
No. So, what? I'm trying to. What's they're supposed to meet?
Yeah, they have a vacant lot here. It's in the letter. I didn't feel the need to show you that. Hold on, let me open this mofo up.
Yeah, I've got something. According to looks like penlive.com, the title says "Creepy Letter to Philly Neighborhood Sets the Internet Ablaze." An eerie anonymous letter delivered to residents of the Fairmont neighborhood of Philadelphia has spawned numerous memes on social media.
Which is sad that they're reporting it as fucking like the only thing about it is, oh, we made memes from this thing.
How many people got this letter?
A few hundred, from what I've been told. Like it was sent to a couple of counties that were within the Philadelphia area. Like not all of Philly. It's just, and I don't imagine that they were sent. I kind of feel like someone just put them in an envelope and walked around and fucking slid them in the mailboxes.
I was getting ready to say it sounds like an inside job if they're writing letters and giving addresses.
Yeah,
that sounds like a postal service inside job.
Yeah, I don't think it is. Which not for nothing. Like ever since 9/11 happened, like if I opened my mailbox and I had just gotten a random fucking envelope with no like address written on it or nothing, I'm instantly being like, okay, well someone somehow brought anthrax back, so I'm not gonna fucking open this damn thing up.
Right.
Well, think about the fact that somebody went like super old school, fucking mailed letters.
Yeah, right. Instead of like making posts and fucking sharing it.
Like who mails? I had this same conversation the other day my cell phone provider sent me a text saying that my PIN number and my security question answer was all changed. So I was having a bad day, so I called the bitch and raised hell. And I wasn't happy with their answer, so I asked to speak to I wanted the corporate office phone number. I wanted to complain. She was like, "Oh, well, they don't have a number." I'm like, "What do you mean they don't have a damn number? How would somebody that has an issue, who are they supposed to talk to?" She's like, "Well, you write a letter to the PO box, to the fucking." And I'm like, dude, I was dumbfounded and even more angry. I was like, "So you're telling me that in 2019 I've got to write a fucking letter, strap it to my fucking pigeon, and send his ass all the way to wherever the corporate fucking office is, and then wait for all that shit to happen to get a fucking response?" Dude, this is 2019 and people are still fucking writing letters.
Yeah, it blows my mind. Like I was surprised my kid came home from school and they're like, "Yeah, they're teaching us cursive," and I'm like, "Still?"
Wait a minute, Paycheck. Don't you get fucking mail and don't you get like bills in the mail on paper?
Yes. However, when given the option, I decline. I would rather get it through the internet, through my email. When I go to a pet supermarket or whatever to buy Samson dog food, when I use my card in the machine, it asks me, do I want my receipt printed or emailed to me? So that option is available in most things that I do. The only thing that comes in the mail is dumb shit, bullshit. I get envelopes from people who haven't lived here in 5 years. You know what I mean? And I'm over here thinking, damn, who is this Sebastian, Johnson? I wonder what's going on in his life. Was he murdered in this house? Why do they think he still lives here? Did he not do a change of address? Is he alive? Is he married? Why doesn't his wife get mail here?
I don't know, man. The post office is fucky, dude. Like Hurricane Florence hit us over the summer, and ever since then, was like fucking 5 months ago, we haven't been able to get all of our mail. Like 50% of what we're supposed to be getting is getting sent back to the fucking return address and shit. So I gotta go down there and fucking raise hell about it.
Where are you at?
I'm in Parkton, North Carolina, right over by, I'm about half hour away from Fort Bragg.
Yeah, Red and I were talking about you, but just before we got started, and he mentioned North Carolina. That's where I moved from Fort Bragg to Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, yeah, so you know the area and shit a little bit.
Yeah, there's quite the Native American presidents in your area, isn't there?
Well, I mean, like, not to get racial or nothing, but yeah, a lot of Native American.
Yeah.
You said Native American presidents?
No.
Well, yeah, Chief Running Water and.
Yeah,
that's what you just said. There's a lot of Native American presidents in your area.
I think you meant residents.
No, I said presents.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, on the playback, you'll hear you said presidents.
Why would I say presidents? That's the dumbest thing ever.
You tell me.
I think you better put a little bit more water in that whiskey.
You'll see whenever you listen to this that you said presidents, because I'm going to leave it in there.
Well, what you got to do now is when you edit it, you go back and play it again in slow-mo, so it's like presidents.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah, and that's fucked up because Red is the one who does all the damn editing on this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I mean, there's a lot of people that claim that they have a lot of Native American heritage to them and shit. And I'm not one to judge, but like, it's people like me walking around and be like, well, I'm 197 fucking Cherokee or some shit. And it's like, just get fucking real.
Well, it's funny that you said Cherokee. I would have figured you'd have said like Lumbee.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad you know all about Lumbee Indians, man. Like, yeah, and that's a phenomenon. I don't believe it's like. It's like the Sharks and the Jets, like West Side Story shit. Like, it's a fucking gang of people who are like, yeah, sure, we're gonna call ourselves fucking Indians, sure.
No, it's not Indians. Those are in the Middle East, I think.
Oh, Lumbees?
No, Indians.
Oh, well, I mean, that's. Oh, are you talking Red Dot Indian or fucking?
Whoa, dude, that is super insensitive. So one thing.
Paycheck and Red does not condone the comments of Branden Fisher.
He acts like that's the first time he's ever heard that.
He's
or
like,
that we've never said it before.
Whoa, hot button.
That was.
You had to say hot button, didn't you?
Yeah,
I had to say it.
That was comedy. That's what I'm into. That's my likes. Those are my interests. So one thing that always struck
Racial
me,
comedy?
all comedy, dude. I have a weird sense of humor. I like dirty, grimy shit. Like all the shit that and listen for all the people who are listening. Listen, take it how you want to. Most people laugh about shit that they're not supposed to laugh at. That's what that makes it even funnier. Unfortunately,
justifying the term red dot Indian on Paycheck and Red is pointless.
Whoa.
See?
Listen.
See? This is point.
The guy's a social justice warrior.
Listen, I need you guys to take the red dot seriously. That means the coffee's ready. Okay, and I take my coffee very seriously.
I always thought it meant they were always recording.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's what I always heard.
Oh damn.
But my point to the whole Native American thing is that when you talk to people about the Civil War and the history of America and how white people, we came from Europe. So I find it hard to believe that at some points, like, why is it do people think that, okay, so you have mixed, so you have a Native American who had sex and conceived a mixed, a white and Native American child, right? Which is common, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so how does that happen?
I mean, I assume that a man and a woman get together,
I was getting ready to say,
Yeah, but,
how that happened.
So somebody from Europe?
Well, I mean, are we going down the eugenics path here?
Well, I'm trying to figure out why people think that if I'm white, then I'm somehow tied in with slave owners and Europeans.
Well, I mean, any race has got their fair level or fair share of fucking bad blood and history. You know what I mean? Like every fucking way. That's why I can't get behind the whole fucking thing that's the trend of white men are the bad guy. You know what I mean? Like it's not fucking every single person out there is a horrible person. You got shitty people in every fucking aspect of it. You know.
Do you have white privilege?
I don't have white privilege.
No, do you?
I mean, like, if I do, I haven't been taking advantage of it. I mean, I've been hassled by the cops just like every other fucking race, Like, I've been beaten down by the system, Like, I fucking live paycheck to paycheck, I struggle just as much as every other fucking person. I'm not living hoity-toity in my fucking yacht club like every other fucking person thinks a white man is. Like,
Red, do you have white privilege? Are you a privileged white man?
I'm coming up.
And moving on up.
I'm coming up. Like, specifically, I think Mr. Delvin Cox had this same discussion on his podcast a few weeks ago. I've never experienced white privilege as, like, I'm going to pick you over you because you're white and you're purple. You know what I mean? Like, I've never experienced that.
Well, let's take it back
that I know of.
Well, let's take it back to your school days. Do you feel like you had a better opportunity at your school as opposed to a black man going to school in the projects?
Dude, my middle school and high school was 80-20. 80% black people, 20% white people. My middle school and my high school. So, no, absolutely not.
My high school didn't have a lot of black people in it, but it's not like it was an overly racist school or anything like that. And I don't think I had any sort of advantages that a black person had at all. Like, and I could be wrong. Like, I might have been too young and dumb to fucking understand what was going on, but it's not like I was ever picked fucking first over a black person in a sporting event, or like I wasn't I wasn't given any sort of special treatment due to the color of my skin, I feel.
No.
But you made a good comment that I use often, because I grew up in Europe. My dad was military, so we traveled all over the world. And then at some point we moved back to the United States, and I think I was about 13 which is a pivotal moment in a male's life, 13, 14. So this was the first time that we were given the option to live on a base, on a military base, or live off a military base. Because up to that point, we lived on military bases. So we chose to live off base. And we were young. So all these people that I grew up with in this neighborhood, doing all the things that young males do, smear the queer, sideline bust, all that stuff. So eventually we got older and people started selling dope and gang banging, and it became this whole other thing, and so a lot of my friends that were my childhood friends are now some of the biggest dope dealers in Fayetteville, in the Fort Bragg area. So when the police comes through, they didn't just throw my black friends on the car. They threw me in there with them. I was illegally searched many times. One of my friends that I rode to school with in high school had a 65 Oldsmobile, one of those long, old, 4-door, with hydraulics on it. And we got pulled over every time we rode in that damn thing. Not just pulled over, but snapped. And we were all white kids. So I wonder if it's more of a culture thing. Where you're raised, where who you hung out with, what neighborhood you hung out in.
You're known by the company you keep, Paycheck.
Oh yeah. I think a lot of like this whole victim or this shaming thing that's going on is like a lot of people these days like to play the victim. Like there's a lot going on where people are like, oh well, this bad experience happened to me, therefore I need to post it online and everyone needs to fucking suffer and learn from my mistakes. Like everyone feels like they have like their voice needs to be fucking teaching some fucking lesson about something or other, or that your opinion really fucking matters.
Yeah, but I think it's did you know that you can become quote unquote famous and actually make money, thousands or hundreds, thousands, millions even, just by a viral video?
Oh yeah, it's the generation we grew. That's coming up now. Like my son, like he'll play video games, but he'll watch people play video games more than he actually plays fucking video games. And I gave it a chance, because I'm like, well, mate, I'm young and hip, I could fucking hang with the young kids and shit. And I'm watching these videos, and it'd be something if there was content that was worth watching. But it's mainly just like it's no different than sitting at your friend's house watching them play a single player game that you can't partake in, and then the commentary and the commentary that they have for it is just like, oh no, I need to watch out for this guy over here. Oh no, watch out for that grenade. Like it's not fucking entertaining. But these kids are they sucked into it. It's insane.
It's and that's kind of one of the variables involved in what's wrong with society. Dude, think about it. There's kids who and Red has a different opinion. He has a son who plays video games, but is also able to operate in society, you know what I mean? Socially. So picture this. So you have this kid, that phase where you go from a little kid to a big kid. You're not quite a teenager, but you're not a little kid really, you know what I mean? You're kind of in that weird, you don't know what's going on.
Where your voice is breaking, it hasn't fully changed yet and shit.
Yeah, so almost like you can't relate to a social group because you're not this anymore, but you're not quite that yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
So at that point, some of these young boys, they shut down. Like they just don't know what to do. So they go where they stay in their comfort zone, which is the stereotypical in mom and dad's basement playing video games. So think about the video games that are out right now. Now, I don't play video games, but I remember, what was it? San Andreas. What was that? What was that video game?
Grand Theft Auto?
Grand Theft Auto. Now that was back in, what do you think? You think it was before the tooth? No, it was around,
that was like 2004, 2005 maybe.
So back then, what I'd like to do on that game was as soon as the game started, I'd start shooting people for the police to come. So I can get 5 stars, however many stars lit up in the back, and the goal for me was how long can I outrun the police?
Right.
So think about my mentality, and I'm a pretty sane fucking dude. So think about that dude in the fucking basement playing that same game, you know, killing cops and fucking killing people like it's no big deal. And they take that shit out of the basement into society because they can't convert, you know what I mean? They can't, that game is their reality.
If that motherfucker's in his mama's basement at 33, chances are he ain't coming out that motherfucker to shoot nobody.
No, if he was gonna shoot someone, he was gonna do it regardless of the video games. Like
Right.
this goes back to the Dylan Klebold and fucking that other kid from the Columbine shootings, where they were like, well, they play violent video games and they listen to satanic music, therefore that's the reason they fucking went on this violent rampage. Like no, they went on that violent rampage where they were fucking stupid introverted psychopaths who had a fucking death wish and decided to take all their fucking hatred on their bullies out on everybody else.
Yeah, but let's back up. Let's think what happens before that. So you take that guy who never, he was secluded, he was the recluse, hung out in the damn basement or whatever. So one day in, let's say, junior high, all of a sudden his little pecker gets hard because old Sally next to him gave him a little panty shot, right? So that opens up a whole new fucking world to this dude who lived in the fucking basement on these fucking video games. So all of a sudden he has this sense of togetherness almost, like, okay, I feel what they feel, I'm normal now, I'm into chicks, that's cool, so because this dude has never been out socially and hung out with the fellas and been around females, that one heartbreak or that one bully, that's usually what sets him off for the I'm sorry, Red, are we boring you want to take 5?
No, I'm good, man, I'm just listening.
Dude, with your glasses on, when you laid back just now, it looked like your eyes were closed.
No, they're not closed, dude. They might be chinky, but I'm not.
Well, I apologize, man. Let's talk about some of the things that you wrote down, Red.
I didn't write down shit.
Dude, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
I don't write down notes for shoot the shit episodes, man.
All right. Well, since it's shooting the shit. Shoot from the hip. Talk about something. What you want to talk about?
Whatever, man.
Oh, he's got him on the spot.
I don't give a fuck. How's the weather in Florida? How's the weather in North Carolina? I don't give a fuck what we talk about, man. I don't give a shit.
It's dark right now. I mean, that's about it.
You read it's that last thing you said that I don't give a shit. That's what bothers me. Here
we go.
We have sponsors, okay? And if you haven't noticed, we're sponsored by Roughneck Beer Company. We picked up another sponsor today. Who was that? Or yesterday?
Dollar Blaze Club.
Dollar Blaze Club. Okay, so I'm assuming they're sponsoring us because and in hopes that we give a shit. And I think that step one in having a podcast.
Just giving a shit.
I mean, I'm not the smartest motherfucker in the world, but
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on the content of the show. Like, if you listen to Sack 'em Up Sundays, and we don't really give a shit. Like, I do little to no prep work at all. Like, I'll see an article on Facebook and be like, okay, let's talk about that, without even reading the fucking article.
Well,
yeah,
Red,
like, I give a shit. If anybody that listens to this knows, I give a shit because of the content that we put out and the quality of the content that we put out. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what we talk about. Okay.
So can we agree that
you're ruining my buzz right now? Okay. I was way up here and now I'm like way down here.
Listen, today's Saturday, which means you got paid yesterday. Okay, so I know you got you another toke, another snort. You know what I mean? Not a snort off the drink. A snort off the whiskey.
Oh, I was getting ready to say you better take that back right now.
You say you got my fucking nostrils excited as shit. It's like, yeah, party.
See, that's I'm surprised Red won the game and smell my finger.
he beat me by a hair.
Look at the nose on my face. Okay.
Oh shit.
So yeah, fuck off. We'll talk about whatever you want to. I don't care.
So we can agree now after this little ordeal we just had, that you do a majority of the behind the scenes work, yet I am in charge of a majority of the content.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so when you and I have our little tiffs, our little fun little disagreements that we have.
Your lovers' quarrels.
Yeah, listen, Red and I are best friends. We don't sugarcoat shit. If he's been a dick, I check his ass. You're being a fucking right. If I'm not doing my part in the podcast, now Red's good about it. He'll let me slide for a little while in hopes that, I'll get my shit together. But after a while, that motherfucker, he'll check me. So I'm checking you next time we get into our little tip or whatnot.
Right.
We do 50-50. We're on 50-50 now. I mean, did you not see my luxurious studio over here?
I'd say more like 60-40.
I'm gonna say no, it's a little closer than that. It's more like 35-25.
Wait, those wait, I had to do the math for a second on that one.
The look on y'all's face. The look on y'all's
like,
yeah, both of them had this look on their faces. I could tell that they were doing the math in their head.
I was just like, I was about to say something. I'm like, wait a minute, that don't fucking add up.
I gotta do algebra right now. No.
Solve for X, Red.
That's because you guys are including the minutes the difference in the minutes or the time that we're talking about. That's for the the taking the piss and you taking bone rips and shit. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you're accounting for
right.
sort of dead air.
Oh, wait a minute now. If we're going on spoken word, you got me hands down. Because you don't know when to shut the fuck up. So.
I have been known to talk a time or two.
A time or two, yeah, a fucking time or two.
Yeah, he was born a rambling man.
Yeah, but you know why? There's a reason for it. And listen, the only way that you'll be able to understand shit like this is if you're the type of person that can fucking self-analyze yourself. Dude, I was super shy back in the day. Like I didn't talk to anybody. I had ugly duckling syndrome. I thought I was ugly. I thought everybody was cooler and better than me, so I didn't talk about nothing. Then one day I was like,
so I helped you. This is therapeutic for you then, right? So I helped you out.
Very much so.
So how about a thank you every now and then?
Yeah. I'm too busy talking.
Red's gonna have his own Dr. Phil style show coming up.
Yeah. But see, my problem is I have too much shit going on in my head that I want to talk about, and I'm not organized. I'm not disciplined. I don't write shit down. Dude, I carry a little voice recorder. It's about that big. I can literally just hit record and just hold it right here and put all my thoughts about, podcasts and episodes and shit like that. But I'm fucking lazy. Like it's unorganized. So I ramble. So I talk about all kinds of shit.
You should take if you're doing that with the recordings. Like I don't know if you guys used to watch Saturday Night Live back in like the 90s and shit, but they used to have a segment. Yeah, they used to have a segment called Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy.
Yes.
Yeah, like you should take those thoughts and just do like a quick little segment. And like, all right, now it's time for Paychecks thoughts, and then it's just like the random shit that you come up with during the day, you just fucking post it up there.
Tell them, Red.
We already do that.
Oh, okay.
But bad thing is there's only one fucking video because I can't get anybody to send me fucking video or audio of them in a deep thought.
Oh, so you want other people to do that shit?
Yes.
Yeah. So
oh man, you should have said something, dude. I got a fucking plethora of fucking fucked up thoughts that I can grab.
Okay, but listen. So go to our YouTube channel and find us on YouTube. Find Red's his video.
Intimate moments with Paycheck and Red.
So I want you to watch the video because that's the vibe that we're going with. But dude, it'd be super cool if you could put something together like that too.
Oh yeah, man. I deep thoughts. I got stories, like whatever you guys are wanting.
Now, I literally just set my camera phone up in my yard after cutting grass one day. And drinking after grass cutting beer. It was hot outside, so I was hanging out in the yard, and I just propped my phone up on something and sat in the yard and told a story about me shitting myself one time. So I want stories that you haven't like told anybody yet. You know what I mean? Like stories that you don't tell anybody.
Well, I do have one if you wanna break it out.
All right. Well, give us an idea on what we have to look forward to. Tell us a small little story.
All right. Well, I can tell you about the. I just recently started telling this story to people. And only like my fiance and one other person has heard it until now. Because it's an embarrassing story, but it's I can tell you about the time that I got the shit kicked out of me by a goose. Like I got into a legitimate fight with a fucking animal. And I don't know if you guys have ever been attacked by an animal in the past. And I don't know if you've ever been bitten by geese, but they fucking hurt. So what happened was I was 14. And that's why I haven't told this story to people, because I was 14 and I was super embarrassed by it. But I went to this park and
that's right, listeners.
I used to like
Paycheck and Red have gotten themselves into another inappropriate conversation.
Shit, you know? So I'm at this pond and I'm tossing. I got a couple loaves of bread with me. I'm tossing out there and shit. And this goose walks up and he's a fucking asshole. Like he keeps walking over and taking the bread from the ducks and fucking pushing them away and shit. And I'm like, fuck this damn thing. So I ended up getting mad at him after like the first loaf was gone, and I grabbed a handful of bread, like maybe 7-8 pieces, and balled it up into this big ass fucking ball of bread, and I hucked it at this fucking goose. Like full force fucking whipped it at this thing, and I nailed it. And I had maybe a fraction of a second of like triumphant glory where I'm just like, yeah, fuck you, before this thing immediately fucking charges after my ass and fucking goes off, and it catches me off guard because he's fucking running at me full force, and I try to go turn him back and run away, but I trip and hit the ground, and when I do that, this goose jumps on top of my ass and starts pecking the fuck out of my face and my shoulders and biting me and shit. And they got little tiny fucking like if you ever been bit by a puppy, like they have those super sharp teeth and shit. Like geese have teeth like that, but there's a lot more of them and they're way sharper. So this thing's just fucking bah, 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 bah. And I'm fucking 14-year-old like pimple-faced me just like, no, fucking back away. I got my ass handed to me by a fucking barnyard animal in the middle of fucking public.
Was it strong enough to break the skin?
Oh yeah, I had a few cuts on my shoulders and shit. Like nothing like get stitches or anything over, but it was enough to make like he drew first blood, that fucking goose.
So I imagine. So let's fast forward to today. You think you could hold your own today?
Oh yeah, I'd fuck his world up.
So we watch a lot of YouTube here at the house. We got rid of cable and we have the whole jailbroke everything. You know what I mean?
Like the fire shit.
Yeah. So we watch a lot of YouTube and shit like that. And there's always those vines and shit like that. And I always wondered, because there's a shit ton of fucking videos about your story. Fucking these geese just, harassing people. And every time I watch that as an adult male, why don't you just grab that motherfucker by the neck and just start spinning them? You know what I mean? Like that, it would end that problem immediately. So at 14, are you mentally able? I know you're physically able. You were physically able to do it, but at 14, are you mentally able to just grab a damn duck by the neck and just spin it out? That's how my granny used to kill chickens out in the yard.
At that time, this also wasn't my first run-in with a wild animal.
So wait a minute. So you were timid during that altercation then, so maybe that duck sensed that you was scared of it.
Yeah, he more caught me off guard than anything, like, because I wasn't expecting this, because at the time I knew geese were fucking pricks, but I didn't realize the magnitude of, like, it was like one of those moments where I threw the bread and it was like, it was at this moment that he knew he fucked up. And,
do you think maybe he smelled your pussy?
I had to have, man. Like I was leaking some sort of scent or something. So I turn around to run, and it's like in those shitty slasher films where the hot girl goes to run away and she trips on something almost instantly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you think that they would just get up and run away, you know? But no, I'm on the ground like, oh God, no, the horror.
When you were telling that story and you got to the part to where you tripped, I literally pictured the horror story scenario where a motherfucker's running and shit, and I'm like, what? When you need to run the most, you know, is when you.
I know exactly. And like I didn't. Like, by the time I turned myself around to try to get up, this goose is already on my fucking chest going at it, man. I had no time to react, and like I wish like. From my standpoint, it was terrifying, but just because of like how fucking caught off guard I was. But I so like to this day, I wish I could have seen that happen from the other perspective, where I could witness it, because that must have been the funniest fucking thing that someone would have ever seen.
I was bit by a Rottweiler, a huge female. You know, I don't know if y'all know anything about Rottweilers, but like. For big dogs, the females tend to be bigger.
Oh yeah, they get huge.
So this damn
breed, yeah.
Yeah, so I was working for a carpet cleaner business, and we went to this residence, and they had a little one of those expensive thousands of dollar little throw rug. So we were there to clean it, and they had this huge fucking female Rottweiler. And I'm an animal lover, you know, I'm a dog person. So I thought we was gonna have good vibes, and I was gonna be able to pet this big fucking beast. But yo, she was not just an average pet. You know what I mean? Like she was there for security. So this dog keeps getting up close to me, and I can see the stance. You know, I'm very familiar with the signals and the signs that dogs give out. You know, and this fucking female was giving me all the signs that she was fixing to bite me. And I kept telling the dude, yo, she's fixing to bite me, man. She's fixing to bite me. And he was like, nah, she's not. She's just letting you know that she's there. And I was like, nah, she's fixing to bite me. So we cleaned the rug, and we had to take it out in the backyard. So imagine this. So if you own a dog, his backyard, that's his shit. You know what I mean? That's his domain. So here I am. You know what I mean? After the motherfucker's been letting me know already that I'm fixing to bite your ass, I go out in their little fucking playground. You know what I mean? That motherfucker met me at the fucking flagpole, or at the basketball goes, or wherever, you know, you used to go to meet when you was in school, whatever. But this little bitch ended up fucking biting me.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I mean, fuck, know your dog. You know what I mean? I was telling you, I'm a stranger, and I can read all the fucking signs this dog was fixing to bite me.
Oh yeah, well I mean, it doesn't have to be a stranger's dog. Like I had a friend who had a pit bull, and now. Like, this isn't one of those, you know, all pit bulls are evil fucking rants, you know what I mean? Like, cause I like pit bulls. They're great dogs. They're very high energy dogs, but you know, if they're under the right ownership, they're good pets. Blah blah fucking blah. So yeah. So anyway, like my friend had this pit bull, and this dog knew me for years. Like I used to. Oh man, you fucking went away, Red. I couldn't see it. So yeah, I go over this dude's house all the time to smoke weed with him and shit. And this dog's always friendly as all get out, you know, lets me pet her and shit, have, you know, great time. I go over to his house one day, and all I do is open the front door, and this dog just comes fucking charging after me. And, you know, they're fast. You don't have time to fucking react to them. And before you know it, this dog is latched onto my fucking ankle. And, like, it would not let go. I felt bad. I ended up having to slam the door on his fucking neck, like 3 times to get him to let go of my fucking foot.
Red, you ever been bit by a dog?
No, sir.
Cat?
Scratched, but not bit.
Yeah. Beaver?
I've been bit by a couple beavers.
Probably them old hairy West Virginia beavers, huh?
No.
I picture the broads in West Virginia have bushes for some reason.
I don't know, man. They might. I don't know.
And flannels.
Bushes and flannels?
Oh, the bushes have flannels?
Is that a requirement to live in West Virginia? You got to have a flannel?
No, man. I don't know. Wait, I have no idea.
Do you have a flannel?
No.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Hey, it'd have been real cool if you did.
Scout's honor.
Scout's honor.
I've owned a flannel before, but I currently do not own a flannel.
Were you ever in the Boy Scouts?
Yes, I was.
All right, what was your troop number?
432.
How far did you get?
This is so gay. Just you being a Boy Scout is super gay.
Dude, I can't even remember.
Did you wear the?
Well, I mean, being a Boy Scout's only gay if the Scoutmaster got to you first.
No, he did not.
Or a little feminine Jimmy over there in the corner, jerking off old Tommy.
I want to say, what was it called? A Weeblo or some bullshit like that?
Yep.
Weeblos.
Yeah. What is that?
It's like they have like
it's
the
a
Cubs.
Level of Scout.
Yeah, like they have
So
like
you
Cub
got-
Scouts, the Weebelos, the Eagle Scouts. Like there's different tiers to them. It's just like getting a black belt in karate or something.
Right.
Yeah, but instead of belts, they're cute little patches.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. My mom still has my whole uniform, man.
Yeah, I was in the Boy Scouts, but for a very short time period.
Well, yeah, but now they're letting girls into Boy Scouts.
But you know,
Like,
I saw,
why?
but
Like,
yeah, see, that's
they have Girl Scouts. Like I can't
Right.
go and fucking sell Girl Scout cookies. Why the fuck should they be able to come? Like I'm all for girls like learning survival skills and like
That's what the Girl Scouts are for, man.
Right, exactly. But like exactly, Girl Scouts can do more than fucking sell cookies and shit. You know, like they can learn how to do this shit on the. And I'm not against segregation of fucking women from whatever. You know, but why at that point then why call it the Boy Scouts? Why don't you just put them all together and just be like the fucking Scouts or something?
I think that's what they did.
No, here's the thing. Well, it's not.
It's not the Boy Scouts of America anymore.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
No, it's Scouts of America. It's Scouts
No.
of America now. Yeah.
To Google.
Yeah.
No, I just read an article just the other day that said that was the whole thing. The
You didn't
whole
read the damn
argument.
article. You saw a video of it on Facebook, motherfucker.
No, I did not. I read a fucking article.
Yeah, look at
Don't
him.
you ever insult my fucking intelligence, Paycheck.
He's
I
classy.
I read, okay?
Yeah.
It is saying that they still call them the Boy Scouts of America.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
organization, headquarters is still called Boy Scouts of America.
Yeah, where'd you find that at? Wikipedia?
I'm actually on the Boy Scouts webpage.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so it says the Boy Scouts of America.
Back it up.
You know, Boy Scouts of America.
Yeah.
It's backwards, but I can read
Yeah,
it.
well, I mean, I can only do so much with the power of video.
But see, I was at Hooters with a friend of mine just a few days ago.
Earning merit badges like you do.
Huh?
Earning merit badges like you do.
Yeah. And the quality of now, it's not what it used to be, and it's because of the pussification of America. And God forbid somebody gets turned down because you're not quite attractive enough to be a Hooters girl. You know what I mean? There's girls in there that they didn't even have Hooters. You know what I mean?
Their definition of Hooters is starting to like expand.
Well, it's like the whole Boy
Or
Scouts
not.
and the whole, yeah, right. And the girls, what? So if a guy was to apply at Hooters, they would almost have to give him the job, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah, because otherwise you can sue for sexual discrimination.
Right. So how crazy is that, man? So that I parallel that with the whole Boy Scouts and letting the girls in and all that shit.
I'm
See,
getting ready to go apply at Hooters.
Yeah.
I can just see you in your fucking orange short shorts and your fucking white tank top and shit.
Yeah, but you would definitely have to wear the stockings underneath it with your pale ginger ass.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's the whole thing. I'm wearing the whole getup.
Oh yeah, you got to. You can put on a blonde wig too. That you'll get more tips that way.
No, I'm just gonna go as is. Tight, skimpy orange shorts with the stockings and fucking skimpy ass shirt.
Yeah, but you're a little old school. But you're a little old school, so you'll have to do the old school biker chick where they cut little slits. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm wearing the little leg warmer things and everything.
White with the white Velcros.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Red's getting all the tips, man.
Fuck yeah, all the tips.
Yeah, you are.
Huh?
Yeah, you are. Well, are you even up to the first knuckle yet?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So you're good at the first knuckle.
Yeah.
So are you stopping there, or are you gonna continue, or what's the plan?
I'm still in the experimental stage right now, man. I'm still enjoying the first knuckle. Yeah.
Branden, you are you into the first knuckle at least?
I assume I know what you're talking about, but let's elaborate on this.
Well, I mean, you getting you a blowjob or whatever, and you take a pinky to the first to only the first.
Okay, okay, yeah. I assume that there was some sort of insertion involved here.
But yeah, but we're now. Here's the question: do you think we're talking about your own pinky, or the female's pinky?
I mean, when in Rome, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. But she's done up and had some fun with that a few times. I mean, I put my fingers up hers. It's only fair.
But listen, out of respect for your fiance, do you manscape?
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't wax my shit. Like I'm not going somewhere to fucking get. Oh man, I need to get myself taken care of. Like I don't have a fucking guy that I go and see. But yeah, I'll fucking trim my shit up. Yeah, man. Like I'll put a little bow on it for special occasions. And...
Do you anal bleach too?
Oh god, no. I ain't wasting my time with that, man. When I get really bad poison ivy, I'll put bleach on poison ivy, and it stings when I do that. I don't want to put it near my asshole.
Presentation is key when it comes to stuff like that. So once you start, allowing your significant other to, play around in that area. So when you're alone, you're in the shower, you're doing your business, you're manscaping. At some point, it hits you, huh? Should I go ahead and go, to the back door with this razor? Make it all nice and, what I mean? Because God forbid, had her damn tongue on my hairy asshole. I gotta feel bad about that.
I don't have like Robin Williams levels of fucking hair. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to like have a mirror on the floor, like just hovered over it and just fucking going at it with a small pair of scissors.
You don't even use a mirror.
Well, no, I don't like my asshole is hair free, man. Like I don't need to go after that shit. I never thought I'd have to be talking about like my asshole in description on this show.
Well, it's because think about how women and sex and all this shit has changed since we were young, since we were kids. I mean, we're all old enough. I think I'm 43, so I remember when everybody rocked the bush.
Oh, see,
now you get that one Hispanic chick that's got a full moon.
Well, that's what blows my mind. Like I'm 30, so I didn't really get to. I mean, I've been around bushes.
So was your first piece? So your first piece was shaved?
Yeah, actually my first one was. My second one wasn't. Like it was maintained, but it wasn't fucking gone. Now it's weird. Like we live in that generation now where everyone shaves their shit. But if I put on a movie and some lady is going full frontal, she has the biggest fucking merkin I've ever seen. Like she's got this big old juice throw going on. Yeah, I don't want to watch Under the Skin and see fucking Scarlett Johansson's like fucking muff, just like a gigantic fucking bushy little thing. I want to see lips, man. Come on.
Yeah, but I have never ever heard anybody reference a merkin other than me in my entire fucking life.
But I don't think they're allowed to show straight up labia and clitoris.
Well, I mean, I mean, like, I'm not asking her to spread her shit open, but let's have realistic standards. Like, it's 2019. Like, no one's fucking rocking a gigantic fucking shrubbery in front of your badge. It's not happening anymore.
Yeah, but some of them, it'd be real disappointing to have a crush, a Hollywood crush, and then she does a full frontal and with no bush, and there's like these fucking sloppy roast beef labias, just, you know what I mean?
Flapping in the breeze.
Yeah, that would ruin it for me. Hey, but see, that happened to me in high school too. So when I was in high school, I was a freshman, and I was dating a varsity cheerleader. I was an athlete, But it was the craziest thing because, you know, I'm a freshman in this new high school, and I got a varsity cheerleader, so I was on top of the world. Shit.
He's just going back to those days.
I got sidetracked. What
Memories.
Damn. Oh. So, because she was a cheerleader, she hung out with other cheerleaders. So one of her cheerleader friends was badass, man. Just a banging body, fucking cute as shit. Just everything about her was just, you know, I spent a lot of alone time thinking about that chick. She was badass. So after high school, when I got out of my weird, you know, skinny stage, whatever.
What was her name?
No, I'm not staying there. I'm not going there.
Do you think
Come
she listens?
on.
Nice try, motherfucker.
Come
Nope.
on, shout her out. She was a pivotal part of your adolescence. So shout her out.
No, we'll talk about that in just a minute. But long story short, I met her later. We hooked up, and the pussy stunk. And so imagine I spent years crushing on this chick, only to be.
And then you get there, and it's just like, ugh.
Yeah, dude, it was like you literally just ruined my whole high school crush, you know, situation I had going on.
Now here's the question: Did that stop you? Were you like, damn, your pussy fucking stink, and just fucking?
No, of course not. Listen, Red and I talked about this the other day, and that's guys don't do that. Guys will stick their dick in dirty shit and just laugh and talk to their friends about it afterwards.
See, I've got a theory and a mantra that I go by. That guys always talk about it. Oh, that was the worst pussy ever. Oh, that was the worst. They're lying.
Yeah, there's no such thing.
Even when it's bad, it's still good.
Oh yeah, unless it's like that pussy in that movie Teeth. Like I don't want to hear any guy bitching about the pussy being bad unless that shit bites your dick off. That's when I'm like, okay, that's pretty rough.
Yeah, now wait a minute. Now I have had some bad pussy in my cocaine days.
That was your fault though.
Yeah, but true, but
yeah, I
wasn't her fault.
There was nothing that she could do, you know, to get my boy.
Right. So that wasn't her fault. That wasn't bad pussy.
Well, I mean, you could contribute to that. I mean, I would think.
Give her. You were giving her bad dick, is what happened.
Yeah.
Giving her the old cocaine penis.
Yeah, dude.
You can't do nothing with that coke dick.
I have also been through that same situation that I just described about old girl. I have also been in that same situation and was a minute man. Like, no, as soon as I got in it, I was embarrassed. You know what I mean?
Oh shit.
There was this one chick, she was fucking, man, she was a flirt, you know what I mean? And it was a big deal. When I finally hit it, dude, I was already, you know, so turned on and excited by it, you know what I mean? Plus, back in the day, you used to do a lot of grinding. You know what I mean? I mean, that's why us men as young kids, that's why we orgasm so fast. Because we spent about an hour and a half, you know, grinding. By the time I get in it, I've already got a rug burn on my dick. So now I'm asking myself, why does this sting a little bit? You know, am I contracting an STD right now?
Oh god.
Yeah, but it was a fucking minute, man. And we had I was so embarrassed that I said something awkward.
That's the quote right there of the episode. That was a fucking minute, man.
Yeah. So I made an awkward comment, something like did you come, or sorry you didn't come, something like that. Or no, it was something because her response to me was, well, it would have been nice. So my question must have been something like, yeah, dude, it was humiliating, but she did come back, so I was able to, you know, you got
a second bite at the apple.
Yeah. But see, if you talk enough shit, you know, a lot of females, they'll also think that, okay, he must have just had a bad little, you know, that cocaine ain't no joke.
Oh man, I'm with you, dude. Like, I used to do coke for years. I don't think I got pussy once, like, on it. Like, and I had my chances to, but like you said, man, like, that shit ain't coming up for fucking nothing, dude. Especially when you're like 4 grams deep in it. I think it's like pushing fucking rope, dude. That shit ain't happening.
Yeah, so, dude, there was times, the only thing I'm thinking about while I'm doing cocaine is doing cocaine.
Yeah. That shit got me like, I fucking loved it. Like, even as we're talking about it now, my nostrils are flaring up and shit. But it's like I used to do it because I was like, oh, it's gonna be like the movies where it's gonna get me all social and I'm gonna be fucking moving around, having a great time. Like, no, that ain't the fucking case at all, dude. Like that, it got me really pissed off and fucking like I would just sit there and I would study motherfuckers. Like I can read people really well just off of my fucking coke days, man. I attribute it. Like the only positive thing I got out of doing cocaine was my ability to read people.
The only thing that cocaine will make you do, as opposed to being social, will have you looking like Smokey in Debo's chicken coop. Yo, my jaw used to go fucking crazy, bro. That's one of the things that I dislike. It was bad a few times where the next morning my damn jaw hurt. Did y'all ever experience that with cocaine?
Well, I mean, sometimes I would get a little bit of lockjaw if I like binge really hard at night. But I would do like fucking 6-7 grams a fucking night over the course of like a few month period.
Okay, do you smoke cigarettes?
No cigarettes. When I first started doing coke, I would smoke cigarettes afterwards. But I was just told that was because the fucking like the combination was fucking great. But I never saw the hype to it.
Well, usually if somebody does smoke cigarettes and they're doing cocaine, not only will they snort it, huh?
It's menthol.
Yeah. Well, not only will they snort it, but they'll also we call them rats. So you end up putting cocaine in your cigarette too. So you're pretty much.
I've done that with joints, like where you sprinkle a little bit into a joint and you fucking smoke it. You know what I mean? Like
a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. There's no such thing as a little bit of cocaine. Let's be honest. Like a little bit is like a gram, but I used to get really bad toothaches too, and I would end up taking like whole chunks of coke and just stuffing it in the holes of my teeth to numb my mouth up, which in hindsight was a terrible decision because it just eats away at your enamel and makes it worse in the long run. But god damn, did it feel so fucking good in the moment.
It'll be good long enough for you to go get it pulled.
Yeah, exactly.
What about LSD? Have you ever done any LSD?
Oh yeah, LSD, mushrooms, DMT. Like I spent 2 years traveling with a food vendor that would work the music festival circuits, like, you know, Bonnaroo, All Good, fucking Gathering the Vibes. I've spent a lot of time around hippies. I've done my fair share of acid.
No, Red, he's got a few funny LSD stories, don't you, Red?
I've got a couple.
You look like you've done some LSD in your life.
Yeah, I've done a little bit.
You look like you've done some LSD and fucked a lot of ugly fat bitches under the bleachers at like concerts.
Hey,
What about me says I'm fucking ugly fat women?
Well, you're in West Virginia.
Oh.
I bet you're rocking your fanny pack in shorts with that hoodie on right now.
Nope.
This guy had the fanny pack.
Is the fanny pack like accessible? If you were to walk into the house to grab it, would it be accessible? Like, you know exactly where it is?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's on.
Oh, so you actually have a fanny pack?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Dude, listen. Red is the epitome of the all-American. I mean, he was a musician. You know what I mean? He's a badass. He's a very talented dude in many different aspects. Badass graphics guy. Plays the guitar like nobody's business. Sings a little bit.
Right.
Damn, I got caught up sucking his dick. I forgot where I was going with this.
Fanny packs.
Huh?
You were talking about fanny packs.
But he is your stereotypical fanny pack wearing, cargo shorts, and has something in every pocket. He's a softball dad. I bet he's got him a whistle somewhere around that around.
Nope, no whistles.
This dude spends hundreds, if not thousands of dollars being a softball dad.
He's like if Nick Offerman, like if all the characters that Nick Offerman played in movies were an actual human being, I feel like it would be Red.
That is a true statement.
Yeah, I could totally see it.
Yeah, it's a true statement.
But see, Red's he's somewhat of a hippie. He has this whole hippie mantra / mottos, love everybody and fucking always see the silver lining and shit. You know what I mean? You can't go to Red and vent, because every time I go to Red and vent, he listens to me, but then he'll be like, man, that's you kind of being a pussy, bro. Like, you know, this is fucking life, dude. And, you know, fucking, you gotta peaks and valleys, bro. Peaks and valleys.
I love you, bro, but you're being a little bitch. You need to chill out.
Yeah. I used to get on to my wife about that shit. I expect when I come home bitching about something, I expect my wife to be like, yeah, fuck that. Fuck them. You should quit that fucking job. You know, but she doesn't. And Red doesn't either.
Dude, if I told you that, you wouldn't be driving a truck right now.
No. Red had to have he had to pull an intervention on me.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because I was I'd call him and bitch every day. I'd talk to him. I talk to him pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Being a truck driver, man, sometimes it just gets so aggravating that Red and my wife, they just catch it. They're like, so what's up, man? How's your day going? I'm like, here we go. And there's a good couple hour vent sesh.
Yeah, throughout the course of the day, I'd say it was an accumulation of a couple hours.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I'm better now. Everything's good, man. I'm great. Life's great. Everything's fabulous.
Wow. That was some shit. Can you believe what the fuck those guys were saying, man? That was fucking insane. Oh, man. I can't believe they fucking left us on a cliffhanger like that. I guess we're just going to have to tune in next week for more conversations with Paycheck and Red.
You've been listening to the Conversations with Paycheck and Red podcast. Check out Paycheck and Red on Facebook at Paycheck and Red, Instagram at Paycheck and Red podcast, and Twitter at Paycheck and Red. And don't forget, paycheckandred.com, where you can buy merch, you can subscribe to the podcast, and you can listen to the podcast.
Man brain. You know you want it. You know you need it. Let me introduce you to our team of audio professionals, 100% committed to giving you the greatest extreme comedy podcast of all time.
What's S3Ep8? I'm so super cute.
Send me your orgasmic release videos.
You can get it rootin'. You can get it tootin'. You can get it doing doughies in your yeet. Mi nombre es Tío Yeti. And you just laugh at little Hank. I ain't gonna pretend I is fresh. But looks like you might like that.
And most importantly, I'm Skullfucker. Rah! Go to manbrainpodcast.com to get orally violated. Manbrain out.
Drama City Productions.
It's a podcast network that brings you several genres of podcasts: movie reviews, true crime, comedy, interviews, and much more. Visit DramaCityProductions.com to find all the amazing shows today. Find Drama City Productions on Twitter and Instagram at DCP Network. And stay in touch with the network and all the podcasts available. DramaCityProductions.com, where podcasting lives.